Uh, and here we are with the victorious, undefeated man himself, Mr. Arms himself. Now, the real question is, Paddy Pimblett, why are you ducking him? What are you saying?
Well, I heard when I went down London with Harry and George when they were fighting on Cage Warriors. There is like next gen, the coaches and that were in there. We had a bit of crack with them, and Harry was like, "Oh, you can do a good Scouse accent." So I was like, "Oh, you know what I mean?"
I bet you did. Well, on the spot.
I was thinking, I'm gonna get walloped there or something if I start saying someone.
That's
But anyway,
lad, that's boss lad.
Yeah, so I'd done it and they found it dead funny, and then they recorded it and sent it to him. And then Paddy found it funny, and then Harry's went down to train with him this weekend, and he said like he's disappointed that wasn't there, but you know what I mean. I'm ready and waiting on Doggy Market.
Well, this is it. We're getting there. Scousers don't get knocked out, lad. They don't get knocked out.
We don't get knocked out.
We don't get knocked out, lad. I saw a Scouse audience completely written off now, lad. A sound.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on swiftly. We'll talk about the main man himself. So your fight. Talk me through the camp for that, because obviously debut long coming, training with obviously Harry and George consistently for ages. How did this fight come about? Was it just opportunity? Was it long setup? How was this come about?
Well, I was training for. I started MMA like 3 years ago at this point, and I was meant to have a few fights lined up, but then COVID and all that was. I had 2 fights lined up, then COVID came, and then all that got shut down. But then it all went, and I was just training consistently, waiting, and it was hard training, you know what I mean? I was helping Harry a bit and George where I could, and doing what I could to help them. So it was like hard training non-stop. And then I was like, oh, Harry, please get me a fight. I was like, I just really want to fight, you know what I mean? Because I'm doing all this training, I just wanted something to show for it, because I've been doing it so long. I've been telling people, oh, I do MMA now, and they're like, oh, yeah. When you fight, and I was like, oh. But anyway, and then Harry was like, just one day I woke up and he was like, there's a almighty in 3 weeks, a lad at 66 kilo. And I was like, fucking get me on it. And then,
up.
Yeah. So then it all got sorted. And then, so all I really done for that was 2 hard weeks of training. And then the week of the fight, you know, you calm it down and then get your weight down. So, but because I've been training so consistently for like throughout the thing, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like I wasn't worried about condition or anything, because I knew I'd been training hard. So I just picked it up for 2 weeks and was ready to go.
How did you feel in there? Obviously, that kind of build up as well with the first fight without that kind of actually competing experience. How did you feel in there? She looked all right. Did you gas at all? Did you feel an adrenaline kind of dump?
No, not at all, really. I remember it was just, I got there and I was like, whoa, it looks mint in here.
Oh, what is he fighting here? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's the cage there?
Like proper, like, yeah, seeing the cage, the lights and all the seats, and I was like, oh, it's mint this. And then it was just pretty normal, because I don't know, when I was getting warmed up and that, and then I was going out to fight, I was just like, I can't wait to punch his head in, you know what I mean?
It's long time. It's so long coming. Like, you know, let's get on with it. Let's get over and done with almost. I guess obviously being with, like, you know, Harry and George in the corners, you know what it's like on the fight day itself, the hanging around, the messing around, everything else. And one thing I think Harry was saying you guys do at your place is sort of fight simulation, but so specific, like they sort of leave you for a bit, hang around. It's like, okay, you're sparring now, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so like specific, because it's for anyone who's not competed before. You used to see people fight on the shows, like, yeah, it's straightforward. It says, no, it's not. It's like, okay, you're on next. Okay, now you're 3 fights. Now you're fine. Don't worry. Oh, you're on next.
Yeah.
But you don't know if you're coming or going. It's horrendous. Regards of your camp now, where you're at, is it consistency? Is it whenever next opportunity is? How long to the next one?
I've got a fight on Olympus, September 26th. So for that, it's just, you know, it's like, I think it's 5 weeks away now. So just Same things. Always in the gym every day, train hard. Get ready for that one. You know what I mean?
Business as
I
usual.
can't wait for it. Yeah.
With the fight itself, did you take any damage? Because again, I can't see anything on that pretty face. Any sort of wear and tear at all?
I did a little graze thing here. I don't know what that was. I've probably have out with me a few times actually, but other than that, I hit my hand. With a punch, and I kicked his shin.
Yeah, that tickles quick.
He was southpaw as well, and I knew if I shot an inside leg kick, it was gonna hurt him. But I've been asking people like I was like, what's it like when you kick someone bare shin? Because obviously when you spy in the gym, you've got and they were like, well, you feel it, but it doesn't hurt you. And I always want to know what it felt like. So I sort of knew the kick wasn't going to really work in my favour, but I just sort of wanted to know what it'd feel like, which is stupid.
No, but it's an interesting one though. It's a weird feeling because again, it's like it's not yours. Like you kick him, it's like it didn't feel like I hit something. It's like like you go to the dentist, you get like anesthetic. It's like my face isn't mine. Oh, what's this?
Yeah,
pretty fucking weird. But no, it's good. After the Almighty fight, what was the takeaway saying? What was the damage? What was celebration saying?
I went home. Well, my mates came to watch me. 5 of my mates came, and they all went out in Barnsley after. So I was like, and they were like, "Oh, come!" And I was like, because I've been dieting hard and like I've been cutting stuff. I just wanted crisps. You know what I mean?
Crisps, very specific, very very simple man, simple pleasures.
Just wanted loads of crisps, and they offered me a pint and I was like,
in the pork scratches. That's all I want. What's the flavour though? What are you saying?
Oh, I went straight for the classic Walker's cheese and onion. Just simple but effective. Do you know what I mean?
So that's the nature of weight cutting, isn't it? It's so food's so bland. Like you need anything with cut off just to get you. Though.
Oh, it was brilliant. I had a full sugar monster.
What colour?
Just the original as well.
Green one. You Kyle oozing. What is going on? Punching walls. I'd love to see it. So, what was the diet like in camp for you then, more consistently? Is it chicken, like rice and a fish cake kind of thing? What is it? Is it mixing up?
It was pretty much just, I'd wake up, I'd have like some scrambled egg on a few toast or something like that. Then for my tea, it'd be like rice, chicken, broccoli. For my supper, can't even remember what I had for my supper, to be honest with you.
Is it more the same every day, or is it mixed up quite a bit?
I'll just do the same every day.
You got to be, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll just do this, and then I know it works. I'll just do it. And my weight was dropping off pretty easy because I've never done never got down to 66 before.
What are you normally walking around at?
About 71, 72.
Oh, that's calm. Yeah, that's all right. It's fine.
So I only had to cut like just under 2 kilo, so it was pretty easy.
Do you reckon going further down the line, you go down to bantamweight, or do you reckon you stay at 66?
I don't think I'll go to 61 because it was still, a lot of dieting and to get down. But
miserable.
Yeah, and you just sort of pissed off at everyone
and he's angry.
Yeah, fuming all the time. But
no palmos.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do 61 ever. Especially because I'll probably get bigger as well.
You start ballooning as well. So you and Paddy in the same division. Actually, no, he's up to 70 now, so you're all right. You're safe. You can duck him a bit further.
Oh, yeah. Well, my next fight's at 70.
That's it, Paddy. What are you saying?
Yeah,
Get in the UFC, go straight to the top. From one amateur fight straight to the UFC. Dana White, what's good? What's up? Now,
get Paddy.
One thing I want to know is on fight day in the corners, what was Harry and George like in the warm-up room? Did George have his jacko on, or what are you saying? Dancing around.
They were quite chill, just sort of like do this warm up, do that warm up, telling me to breathe. I don't know, they were good. They were like, hit your heart rate up, do it. They've been there many times before, so it was just pretty routine. But when you're in the warm up room, it's just sort of keeping yourself together. You know what I mean? Just think about the fight and getting yourself thinking, I can't wait to hit him an hour.
So yeah, Yeah. I mean, this is that kind of fine art. It's an art in itself of the managing it on the day because you're so excited because you're going to fight. But it's like, I don't know, nervous energy. You're excited. Like, I want to go, but I've got to wait, but I've got to calm down. I've got to be excited. I've got to be ready. I can't be too this, that, and the other. How did you find, like, throughout the day? How did you find sort of chilling out?
Sound. Honestly, it was just woke up and just thought, like, it was like Christmas, honest. You know, when you wake up on Christmas and you're a kid and you're like, fucking yes. And I woke up just thinking, yes, this is the day I've been waiting for. And then throughout the day, it was just, what did I do? I think I played some PS5.
What are you playing?
At the time, I was playing Doom.
Oh, Doom Eternal.
Yeah. But played Mafia recently. Decent. The definitive edition. But then it was just go there, and then I don't know, it's quite a short day because the show started at 3:30. So we got there like 1:30, I think.
That's the dream. It's the absolute dream. Yeah. Like, this is it. Because normally fights, especially watching, like, you know, Aaron George now, they're like in the evening, like late evening, you hang around all day. Whereas if you get early, if you could fight before either 4 or 5 p.m., you're laughing. You can actually watch the rest of the show and enjoy it. Otherwise, it's like, okay, gotta wait. Nah, that's sweet. Yeah. That's so good.
Well, so soon as I fought, I just sort of see my mate, said thanks for coming. Then we just went home. We didn't stick around to watch the show. I was like, I can't bother. You know what I mean? I've just had all that like emotions throughout my life. I can't be getting invested in anyone else's. So
it's exhausting, isn't it? It's exhausting. But that's important though. Like, how did you find the time between the fight and coming back to training? Did you find, like, you know, straight away? Is it, you know, a bit of time off? How you find switching off?
Well, my hand was bad, so I was in on Monday after my fight.
Just to get the well done. Get the well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
Nice one. Everyone goes, oh, well done your fight, mate.
Yeah. So that best part of fighting. Best part of fight. Well, yeah, nice one. He did it. Yeah.
Yeah, class that, mate.
So yeah, well, me. It's all right. It's just what I did. You know,
yeah, just give me my approval of
praise.
Boost my ego, please.
And let me go home.
And then you just go, and it's like, yeah, sound, cheers for that. And then I sort of just had to rest my hand and my foot a bit. But back to it pretty much normal this week and getting ready for my next fight.
That's sort of the tricky thing though, isn't it? Having that time to appreciate what you've been doing and now it's keep doing what you're doing. That's sort of, I don't know, smelling the roses, but, you know, planting the next ones. That's important. So regardless of the opponents you've been getting, do you research them at all? Do you watch their fights? Is it just you? How do you manage that kind of thing?
If they've had a fight, because he was a debut as well that I was fighting, it was sort of just like, well, there's no of him, so I'm not really bothered. You know what I mean? And then, but if they've had a fight, I might go on YouTube and type them in, and then if they've had a watch them and go, all right, yeah, cool. And then that's pretty much it. But not like too crazy.
Yeah, you can easily get in your own head with that kind of thing. You can then, oh, they're this, they're that, and the other. No,
yeah,
it's good to sort of get a reference point. If that, like, game plan as well. Did you have a strict one for this one, or is it just sort of feel it out? How did you find it?
Well, not really. Ari was just like, go in there and do your thing and just fight. I wasn't expecting to wrestle as much as I did, to be honest. But I just, when I came, like Mike Tyson says, when everyone's got a plan until you get in the mouth. And
I know.
I went out there and he hit me with like I think it was a right hook straight away, and I was like, oh no. Then he pushed me on the cage, and I was thinking, fucking hell, he's strong. And then after that, I was just like, and then I just thought, fuck this, I'm taking him down. I'm not getting hit by that again. And then the crowd was he brought loads of people. And then they were chanting him. And then the second round, it was like, and they started calling me a wanker. And they were going, wanker.
That's so good.
Or something like that. So I was just like, started giving the finger. And then I was, and then during the fight, I was talking to him. I was saying stuff like, oh, you pussy, get up, and all this.
That's so good. I thought I could see you talking, can't hear anything now.
And then the ref was, not the ref, his corner was like, when I had him, because I had him on the, like, near his fence, right near his corner, like, oh, put your hand in between his legs and to get back up. And I was like, yeah, well, you put your hand in between, and like you went to do it, and then I was just like, oh, it's not working. I was just like, but then afterwards it was a bit like, fucking hell. No, when you've just beat him and the fight's done, and you're like, all right, mate, yeah, didn't mean that.
It's all a bit of fun, but you're not really a
Yeah.
pussy, but a little bit in the moment. I'm sorry.
But when you're fighting, you don't like him. You know what I mean? I hate him for like.
What are you signing up for? You know what I mean?
So,
It's not personal. It's just business.
yeah.
That's the beauty of what I liked about the way you were fighting. It was very intelligent. It wasn't just like swinging. It wasn't rushing either. Like you were using the cage, using the takedowns to control the whole time. You see a lot of people, they'll go for a takedown and that's it. Then get back up straight away. It's like, what's that for? But you did really well to keep him down and completely manipulate the whole positions. Regards of the way you train, do you train to finish, train to control? Like when you're sparring, is it any kind of game plan as such? So just sort of feel it out. How do you tend to
because there's like that many good people in our gym, it's sort of just
survive.
yeah. It's like you spar. Some people, sometimes you're gonna get people's gonna cheat you. Sometimes people take you down. Some people are egg kicking you, and so it's all just about surviving and doing your own thing to like get you. Not really surviving. We don't spar all the time. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
There's not really any game plan towards unless you have a fight or something. Like if you know you're gonna fight someone who's gonna take you down loads, Harry's gonna say to them, "Oh, take him down loads," and then it's like that with everyone really. If someone has a fight who's fighting a wrestler, take him down. If he's fighting a boxer, but that's another thing because I wasn't expecting to wrestle that much because I came from boxing before I came to MMA, so. I thought if I do fight MMA, it's going to be more, like stand up and just use my hands. But
clearly not. The opposite.
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for over 3 years now, MMA. So that's like 3 year wrestling as well. Especially from like our gym, we have a lot of good wrestlers. And Abdul, our head coach, he's like proper good wrestler. So
how are your ears still all right? Like, how do people get away without getting collies? I don't know, built different.
Well, this one's went, it blew up, and then it shriveled back down. So it's not too bad now.
Yeah, you got away nicely with that one.
Still feels a bit weird, but this one's sound. So
I've got to just showing off now. This is it.
You know what I mean?
There we are. Ask what's up. We're all good, boys. We love to see it.
Oh, lovely.
Let's get my guard pass. There's not wrestling things getting smashed all the time. But anyway, we don't talk. We don't get personal. We don't cry on this. It's all right. That's something can't take back. Couple of things I was going to go into. Obviously, I was seeing on social media Harry, like you and him going back and forth, and he went for a stage of every meme he'd put up, he'd watermark it so you'd repost it. I thought it was hilarious. Like Leon Arms is a nonce or whatever, or a cunt, and every like post he'd do.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. Have you and Harry always got on like that?
Yeah, well, ever since I first went to the gym, it was a bit like I was a bit like, just like what it's like when you first go into a gym. But then one time I was like, I'd been going for a few weeks, and then I said something, and then Harry and that started laughing. And ever since then, it was just sort of like they pretty much just felt like I'd been there years after a bit. Then you just have a bit and then me and Harry always like went back and forth. A bit more when I was younger because he used to bite more on his little jokes and that. But I remember before he just won like his Bellator fight against Nathan Rowe, and then he wanted to record some pads or something like that, and I was padding it, and then I pad it and I repost on my thing, and I thought, oh, like I'm a Bellator fighter, pad man or something like that, and then in the hashtags I was like hashtag top pad man, hashtag Harry is a nonce.
So good.
And he's putting Bellator fight, and I was just
that's what you want though. We'll have a bit of fun. That's the thing I like about like that's me your way and stuff. They sort of just get on with it. Like, Harry and George just get on with it, have a bit of fun with it, because you get a lot of people who are very like mean mugging, very sort of serious how they need to do certain things, but they just have fun with it. Like it's so much fun, and they actually act like it's fun as well. It's so good to see it. Like, have you done a lot like abroad? Like, I think the Bellator Milan show. Did you go to that one as well? Is that the same show?
No, didn't go to that one. The reason I went to the one in London is because Harry and George were fighting on the same show, and they needed a extra corner man. But then another lad in the gym couldn't make it, so I was like,
man himself.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Corner duties.
Be there, be square. I went, and honestly, that was like, when I went down there to London corner, it was like one of the best things ever. Proper good crack. Because I've never really been to like a city before.
Really?
So I went, yeah. So I went there and there was big fucking buildings and whatever. It was good crack. And then there was all these like different, got in one of them taxis, you know, the
Ubers,
fake taxis.
Fake taxis, the black cabs.
Yeah.
Like, not every taxi is a fake taxi. Be careful who you say that to. Be careful what you're asking for.
Yeah, well, it looked like one. Do you know what I mean?
Is it?
Then,
I wouldn't know. I'm an innocent man. I read my Bible at night. I don't, watch those sort of videos.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
Don't tell my missus this, right? What I'm doing.
But then the bloke had a Cockney accent, and
Like had a what? Sorry.
A Cockney accent.
Is this the same taxi? Is it? Fucking hell.
Could have been that bloke, to be fair. You know what I mean?
You never say never. Whatever you pay for, don't ask for the tip. You never know. See what's what. But no, this is where it's important. Like when it comes to having these corner experiences, is seeing how the pros, the experienced guys, do it on the fight day, how they do the hanging around, how they preserve their energy, because they've done it wrong and done it right afterwards many a time, and so on and so forth. It's so important. That's why those kind of guys are so invaluable. And it's good being able to get those kind of experiences. Like, I don't know, it's just good having a reference point. Regards of outside of MMA, are you doing any jiu-jitsu comps, any of the boxing matches, or just pure MMA?
Just pure MMA at the minute. I mean, I never really done a jiu-jitsu comp. I think if I'd done one, I'd only do the, where it's submission only.
Oh yeah.
So because I don't really understand the points, and you go to side control and you go back mount and side, you get more points. I don't know. It seems a bit too like, I don't know, it's not my cup of tea. Just all this pot. But I do the submission, but it's no. I used to box before. That's why I think I was so like, when it comes to fight day and that, I was so relaxed because I had that many boxing fights when I was younger. It just becomes, it's like second nature, you know what I mean? It's like, it's fight day again. Cool.
Well, that's the point, actually. How often did you used to compete? Was it every weekend, like a couple of months, same sort of gaps with fighting, MMA? How often did you used to compete?
When I was in boxing?
Yeah.
Well, I had my first like skills bout when I was like 10. And then I had one my first like contest where there's a winner and a loser when I was like 11, got beat. And I was like, fuck this.
Oh, see you later. Let's go do ballet or something, football or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to play ping pong.
But
then I got back into it and I was a bit older. I had a few more skills bouts to get back into it. And then just start to win quite a few. And then I went in the schoolboys, like the national championships for like when you're like 13 or 14 or something like that. And then I only had like, I think 3 fights and I'd won 2 going into it. But then in the national championship, there's like, experienced lads. So it didn't look that good for me, but we were just going in for the crack. But I won the Northeast round, then won the quarterfinals, won the semis, and then I won the final. So that was good experience for fight, because you've got a big pressure on your shoulder when you're like 13.
Yeah.
You're in the final, and if you win this, you're going to be then you have a chance to go abroad and fight in the European. So with all that pressure on you, like at such a young age, I think it just gave me it's just easy when I know I have a fight now, because it's like,
when you feel that pressure, what is your reference point to then do something? Is it then to put on a poker face and go through it? Is it switch on and give yourself some sort of pep talk? How do you deal with that kind of pressure?
I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it's not something I have to deal with. It's just something I like. I like the feeling of it. When like before I'm about to walk out the fight, or the day of the fight, and you get all that like adrenaline. I just love it. So I don't really have to deal with it. I just let it sit there because I like it. It's fun.
Nah, it's good. This is the thing. A lot of people are like, nah, I hate it so much. But as soon as you've done it, you want to do it straight away again. And it's a very strange sort of feeling. And like going from that to MMA, did you feel a sort of, I don't know, a standard to set yourself to perform, to win straight away, everyone to expect you to do so well? Was there any
There was
pressure for your fight?
there was a lot of, like, in my head, there was a lot of pressure because, you know, even my family have been saying, "Oh, do MMA now." You know what I mean? Like,
You're hard as nails.
Yeah, it's a bit. My nana wasn't keen on it at all. She was like, "Oh, what you doing that for?" She was bad enough when I used to box. She used to hate it. But now I'm doing kicks and knees and everything.
And all
So
sorts.
she wasn't really for it. But I've been doing it that long, for like 3 years. And then it was sort of just, and then all my mates have been saying, "Oh, I'll do MMA now." It was sort of just like, if I'd been cracking on about it this long and then I go in there and get walloped all over, it's gonna look quite bad, you know what I mean? So there was a bit of pressure, but I was just confident. I was like, I'm gonna win anyway, so fuck it. I don't have to worry about now.
That's the best thing though. Once you've earned your confidence, it doesn't matter as such. Like that kind of fight, it wasn't just win or lose because you're showing that level of composure, the decision making. Again, it's bigger than just did you win, yes or no. Thankfully, you did get the result, but even then, it was way more than that because you can
Yeah.
see how you then handle these things. You took a shot, you didn't just freeze and turn away, you didn't shower up, you reacted, you'd make decisions. This is kind of where experience starts to really. Liam Shannon from Fight Academy Ireland, he says a fight is like an MOT. You sort of see what's working and what needs changing. And it's so important because like, you see, okay, I did this well, did that well, okay, I need to change that, need to work on this. We get an advisory on this one and so on and so forth. And it's an interesting process. What in your fight did you like and what didn't you like?
Well, after my fight, because when you're training, you're always looking to improve. You're never really satisfied with what you've done. You're always thinking, right, I might have done that tonight, but I wanted to get 2 more takedowns or something like that. I wanted to land more punches. So you're always like, I think that's necessary to be better and improve. But then after my fight, I was like, for like 2 days, I just let myself like be proud of myself for a bit. You know what I mean? Like I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, I like I've done that. I like I've
I'm
done
that
that."
guy, that's me. Always hard as nails.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Kept
Oh,
watching the
big
fight
arms.
over and over. Yeah. Was watching the fight. I was like, "Oh, it's been 5 minutes since I've watched my fight. I might as well put it back on." So I was
It's on
watching that
loop.
over and over. Yeah.
Every screen in the house, like the laptops, the phones, everything's like on the TV.
Or went on YouTube the other day. I had it on the big telly downstairs, watching it with my dad. Like, yeah.
But you know that is that's me. That's
Yeah.
me. See that? That's me.
Yeah, rewind that bit again. I think. Yeah.
Oh,
Leon
look at that!
yeah.
Oh, you missed that bit. Like,
Yeah.
listen to the conference.
Oh,
Oh,
see that
arms are
shot there. Hang
scored.
on, go back, put it in slow motion.
To the volume up.
But in terms of what I didn't like how when I was on the feet, I was a bit with my right hand. I was shotting it a bit too wet, and I needed to shot more straight shots. I could have mixed up more body shots, and there was, and then on the wrestling side of things, I had my head stuck on the inside a lot, and I could have came around the back a few arms, and I never. So like now, like I've been proud of myself and saying like, "Oh yeah, your hard work paid off, you won." But now I'm looking back, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of work on there, but I'm just excited to keep working on it and getting better.
Where's the attitude though? It's not. It's good or bad. It's good, but can be better. That's the way to sort of look at it. Otherwise, it's oh no, I'm shit because it wasn't flawless. There's no. It was good, but it's gonna get better. Like it's not a bad thing. That's the beauty of it though, having that kind of energy with it. Because otherwise, it's like, oh, nothing's ever gonna be good enough. Why do I even bother? But no, it's important, man. It's good. It's good seeing your level of, I don't know, just enjoying it. Like you won your fight. How sick's that? Like enjoy it,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? Why not? Why move on from it? So, nah, fuck it. You worked hard for it.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Can only enjoy it for a bit though, and then
Even that, it's like don't have to say it and like post it everywhere, but in your head, be like, you know what? That's me.
yeah, chuff for that.
That's to keep on your screen record. Like, yeah, that's me. That's me. That is. I'm Morris Nails. I'm built different. I'm not the same as you. Same organs, but built different. You know what I mean? Ice in the veins. All right, a couple questions I'll leave you on before I let you enjoy your evening. First things first. So you're about to walk out. Little thought with yourself. What do you say to you to make sure you perform well? So basically, advice to yourself before you compete.
This cheeky cunt's about trying to hurt you. Make sure you fucking hurt him first. That's pretty much what I was thinking, yeah.
Fantastic. I was going to ask you this one, but I thought I already answered it. So the takeaway after a competition. So I think it's just crisp, isn't it? just a big pack of cheese and onion. You're sweet.
I did get a takeaway the next day. Ooh. And it was big.
Ooh.
I got 12-inch London pizza.
London pizza at the taxi driver again. Every 12-inch. It's got its tip as well.
But on the sides, instead of crust, there's cheesy bites.
Oh.
All the way around it. So there's like these pockets that are like filled up with cheese. And that was like, I was just watching my fight eating it, you know what I mean? Like, this is
euphoria. You just picked at life. Wow. Now what?
Yeah. Exactly.
What's next?
I've completed life now.
You just peaked. Now what? I don't know. That's fantastic. And the last one is beginner joins the gym. What advice do you give them to get started on the right foot?
Oh, easy. Just consistency.
Just get good.
Yeah, it's when you see people, you see like beginners come in the gym and they might come for a week, realise, I'm just being battered by everyone. Even, you know, when I went there was...
It's taking me down relentlessly. I've seen it.
There was young lad, like, I went when I was like 15 and there was like Abdul's son was like the head coach. His son was like 13 or 12 or something. I was putting me in triangles and I was getting like tapped out and stuff. And I was thinking, oh God, this isn't for me, this. And then wrestling for months, it took me months and months to like, I was getting tucked down. I didn't understand it. It took 8. There's loads and loads, you know, to understand. But then you see beginners, that gets to them and they stop coming. They think, right, I'll never be good at this. But it's just a matter of being consistent and just, you have to get battered loads before you can batter people. And that's just the way it is.
That's how it goes.
Sport.
No, that's good though. It's so true because the nature of all this stuff is like you're trying to explain something you've already done so many times. It seems like almost alien. It's like, I don't know, say even like playing Warzone, like Call of Duty or something. It's so many things are going on right now. Like trying to even explain just the mechanics of it is so like, okay, you haven't had the other experiences, the other ones, and so on and so forth. It seems so much more. So it's really not that bad. It just takes a bit of practice. And that's just Call of Duty, for fuck's sake. Anyway, thank you so much for your time, my friend. Social media, where can people find you?
Instagram, LeonArms629. And that's where I post all my stuff about fighting and that.
Where can people watch your fight?
Whoa.
Everywhere around you in a 6-mile radius. It's on a screen. We'll find it soon.
Yeah. If you go in all the local pubs in Borough, you'll see, you know, my fights on loop on the tellies. But not on YouTube, on the Almighty page, and there's even some highlights on my Instagram. So if you want to go on that, yeah.
On the so your next fight on Olympus, how can people watch that? Is it pay-per-view? Is that in person as well? What's going on?
It's in Rayton Meadows Arena. I think it's all sold out now, the tickets, but you can watch it on pay-per-view for £10, and it's on some
on the link. Oh yeah, if you got the link, we'll stick it in the description as well. Does it go straight through to you for your like? Do you get commission on it? Is it like a general link? Do you know?
I don't know.
Either way, again, whatever link you've got, we'll put it in the description. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Cheers for having me, mate.
No problem at all. So yeah, shout out to our podcast sponsors. We've got the English Hypnotist. We talk about the mental side of competing all the time, and working with a rich person in the last camp, that's invaluable. Again, it's something that you can't really appreciate unless you've done it yourself. Your own sort of working with these sort of people, incredible. So yeah, English Hypnotist are fantastic, and Good Performance Nutrition, Dan Good, former professional MMA fighter, people-orientated person, and the supplements are affordable, they taste good. What more do you want? Yeah, so English Hypnotist, Good Performance Nutrition, and fisticuffspodcast.com for all your merch and good vibes and everything else. Thank you very much, my friend. This will be up on all streaming platforms.